consultative basis.
Is that work in the sense of providing them with information, Mr. Msugedi?
Yes, Chair, he puts it
All right.
in those terms, says he also provides support to law enforcement.
Oh, all right, thank you.
And none of that appears in his first statement, Chair. Mr. Nku, you accept that it's not mentioned, and the
It is
question
not
was,
mentioned.
nothing stopped you from mentioning it, ultimately.
I do concede to that. Nothing stopped me. The only reason I elaborated further was on the basis of the engagement had with the evidence leaders.
Okay. Chair, before we went for break, while going through the statement of Mr. Nku, there was a mention of a name, and Mr. Nku sought to ask the Commission to redact that name. However, Chair, my submission would be that that name, first of all, is quite relevant and connects to the dot. And without any reasons being given why that name should not be mentioned, we shouldn't, Chair, protect the name without any basis. And in any event, the name we given, it's a shortened name. It's not a full name of the person. But further to that, Chairperson, that name has been prominent in this commission. Chief Mashaba came here. He mentioned the name. Colonel Sebola came here and also mentioned the name, Chairperson. So that horse, in any event, has bolted. We dealt with that name extensively between the chairs of Mr. Nku and Mr. Mashaba, Chair. So I will be seeking, Chairperson, a permission to mention the name, and unless we are told the real reasons why the fear that Mr. Nku sought to express, we will submit that fear is unwarranted and there's no basis, Chair.
Before I talk to my colleagues about this, may I just find out if the name was redacted from witness J's testimony, transcript of his testimony that went out to the media Monday morning?
So, Chair, the nickname was not redacted. The full name was redacted, and we also only seek to mention the nickname or the shortened name, not the full name and the surname, Chair. But that's the answer. That it's out there in the public anyway. The nickname that I seek to refer to, as it will give context to what we are dealing with.
Thank you. Do you wish to respond to what Mr. Mosigidi said, Mr. Du Plessis?
It's, thank you, Chair. Well, with respect, the motivation by the witness as to why this evidence should not be openly given.
The name, just the name.
Yes, just the
Yes,
name.
yes.
The motivation is clearly personal safety. And unless it is highly relevant why the name should be canvassed, why should it, and why should the witness's safety be compromised? So even if it was in another context, or even the same context mentioned by other witnesses, is not to say that this witness should be required to openly state the name and interaction he had.
Thank you, Mr. Du Plessis. Oh,
Mr. Du Plessis, even if this name, as contained in the statement, is not mentioned, the owner of this name, and for those exchanges to make sense, at the very least, it does need to say who the conversation was with. So you may avoid it here, like we did when he was reading the statement, but if there's going to be qualitative discussion of their exchanges on WhatsApp, on which the witness will be required to comment, it seems it may be unavoidable.
Yes, Madam Commissioner, I then suggest that at that stage, if he does come up, we deal with it then. But at this stage, I can't see that it now has to be put on record. Let us see how the questioning develops.
Thank you.
yes, the practical difficulty, as Commissioner Baloyi says, is that at a certain stage, the texts do refer to this name in so many ways. So I don't quite get why the witness would, this is in communications that involve this witness. So basically what the text will be showing is that Mr. Nku was communicating with this witness.
Thank you, Chair. I cannot take it further. Then we await your ruling in this regard.
Yes. Anything else, Mr. Mosigidi?
Chair, those are our submissions. Safe to add that we did have a discussion with Mr. Nku's legal representatives about a week ago to say that if there is any threat or any evidence that needs to be protected out of fear of or protection of his life, then they must bring an application and we'll consider it on its merits, Chair. And none of that happened, Chairperson. So we took it that they are happy to proceed as things stand, Chair. So those are our last submissions, Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Nku, it does not seem to make much practical sense for the name not to be mentioned, because it's mentioned several times in the texts that appear to be texts between you and this person. So if there are going to be issues, there will be issues even at that stage, because it won't make sense for us or rather for the Commission to say there were communications between Mr. Nku and an unnamed person. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, though I have concerns, my biggest concerns were the name being mentioned relative to the other names. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay, let's go
Because
back. Please take us to the relevant paragraph again, where this was first raised.
It's paragraph 3 in the supplementary.
3 supplementary.
Sorry, Commissioner Bolu?
Paragraph 3 in the supplementary statement.
Paragraph 3 in the supplementary.
On page 1.
Oh, sorry, Commissioner. It's under 3. I think it's the last paragraph.
Well, remember when you were reading this paragraph, on the first page, page 1, there's that April 2021, and then you skipped that name.
Yes.
You don't have a difficulty with mentioning that name?
No, I have a difficulty mentioning that name relative to the others. So I was going to furnish the evidence. Hence, I said that if it is evidence or information that one might is inclined to providing on camera, not in a public setting. So there is another name. There's another person mentioned there, but the name is not mentioned in what I write there in paragraph 3.
Where you talk about a particular individual,
A
is that
particular
the other
individual,
name?
precisely, Chair.
Mr. Musigidi, did you raise this issue in relation to these paragraphs, or were you concerned more about what's contained in the texts?
Chair, it was not even related to this paragraph. It was completely to the information that he specifically, because remember he had provided these names already. It was really in relation to anything else he felt that would compromise his safety.
But I understand Mr. Nku now to say he has no problem with the name being mentioned in the context of the several chats where this name may be appearing. Would that be fine for now? At least for us to proceed, and we can, yeah. Yeah.
You can't avoid it, Chair, indefinitely.
Okay.
I'm happy to take that for now and
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Let's proceed on that basis then.
thank you, Chair. Then, Mr. Nku, the question really would have been that in your first statement, you state that you came across information from a confidential source. And then in your supplementary statement, you now introduced this person by name as an original source of information. And the real question was that why was his name not mentioned in your first statement?
Chair, apologies. The reasons are precisely what I just stated.
Yes, but the same thread that you say existed when you first drafted your original statement still exists or existed when you submitted your second statement. Nothing had changed.
But the difference is in elaborating further. One further states and makes a note, not for the names to be spoken publicly or to be placed on record publicly. Even on that statement, this was more of providing clarity to the Commission. In my initial statement, I was never given guidance as to how to draft the statement, as I had done it alone. However, in the supplementary statement, to a greater extent, there was guidance provided because I had engaged with the evidence leaders along with the legal team. So I did not know how detailed must the statement be. I thought I was answering questions because there were questions posed on the initial statement.
Chair, may, with all respect to the evidence leader, I think it's important to have context in as much it may be important as to why it wasn't mentioned, that as I understand it, the first statement was made available to the Commission, to the evidence leaders. Then there was a consultation with the witness. I'm not sure who was present, whether the current evidence leader was the person who attended it was, if I understand correctly, a virtual consultation. And then certain aspects were raised where further information was sought by the evidence leaders. So that